Hey y'all, and welcome to today's Bold and Beautiful Chat. We start off with Thomas, and he is over at Steffi's office, and Caroline is there, and he's playing with his son Douglas. And then we switch over, and Saul doesn't like the new logo of Spectra. Of course, he's not going to like anything that Thomas has anything to do with. And Sally will be going to Monte Carlo soon with Thomas, says Grams. And Sally acts a little strange, and Grams asks her what's wrong. And Charlie stopped by Sheila's, and she told him Eric knew now about Quinn and Ridge's affair. Sheila thanked Charlie for telling her the truth, and she said Quinn is out. And Charlie doesn't want anyone to know he told Sheila about Ridge and Quinn. He never wants to see Sheila again, he said. And Sheila asked Charlie what if he had the opportunity to make a lot of money. And the look on Charlie's face said that he would be interested in that. And Sally tells about the call from Caroline Spencer to Thomas, and Thomas Thomas thanks Caroline then for bringing his son to see him, and he tells Caroline about the fashion showdown at Spectra Summit. Sal can tell something is wrong with Sally, and Sally is concerned about Caroline trying to get back in with Thomas and back into his life. Caroline resents Sally and says she is raising their son while he plays Let's Make a Life with Sally Spectra. Sheila says for Charlie to invest in her so she can pay her hotel bill and her living expenses. She wants $1,000. And Charlie's acted very irritated and put off, and he said that he wasn't giving her $1,000. And Sheila said $1,000 doesn't seem like much for her to keep her silence. She wants money to be able to stay and continue on with Eric. If Charlie doesn't pay, then she is going to tell that Charlie's the one who told her about Quinn and Ridge. She's going to tell Eric that. And Thomas told Sally that Caroline decided to surprise him and bring Douglas to see him. And Thomas wants Sally to meet Caroline and Douglas. Sally would love to meet Douglas, but she's not interested in meeting Caroline. And Sally said that Caroline kind of has an edge to her. And then then Sally told Thomas about Caroline speaking to her on the phone recently. And Steffi wants Thomas to break up with Sally. And Steffi is the reason that Caroline came to where Steffi and Thomas are, to their town, and she wants to break up Sally and Thomas, and she wants to see Caroline back together with Thomas. And Caroline cannot stand Sally. She thinks there's nothing to Sally, and that she's just out for what she can get, and she has nothing but a low opinion of Sally. And Sheila says Quinn stays are numbered as Mrs. Eric Forrester. And she goes on to talk about how wonderful and perfect Eric is in every way. And Eric is so wonderful that he could even forgive Sheila for what she did. And Sheila asked Charlie, does he know where Eric is? And Charlie says no. And Sheila asked him, is he telling her the truth? And he says he is. And Sheila again mentions about Charlie giving her the $1,000 so she can stay. And she says it will really pay off for him in the end, and pay off for her if he would give her the money. And Thomas told Sally that Caroline is impulsive and he hasn't seen Douglas in a long time, so that's probably why she's here. He doesn't doubt Caroline and Sally will be friends one day. No matter what, he's still with Sally. And Steffi told Caroline Sally has no redeeming qualities whatsoever. And what does Caroline want? And Caroline said she wants Thomas. And Caroline said she can tell they still have something, feelings between them. And then Sheila is walking in the motel that she's at, and she sees Eric start to go in a room, and she says his name and walks over to him. And she says, "What are you doing here?" And he says, "What are you doing here?" And she says this is where she's staying at. And she then says, well, Eric said he didn't want anybody to find him. And Sheila said that it was just a coincidence. And then she said, or maybe not. So it's just the coincidence that they happen to see each other. She will use that to her benefit with Eric, because, you know, when you're having grief and all, people can convince you of stuff that you normally would be on guard for or wouldn't believe. So anyway, we'll see how far that Sheila can get in her relationship with Eric and what happens to Quinn and all that. So I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.